If you were looking for a car that was bang on trend, the Mazda 6 would not be it. In a world where car makers are bringing out funky SUVs, a large family saloon car is very rare indeed. Furthermore, it has no hybrid or electric option and its engines don't even get turbos. But Mazda has been going its own way and quietly tweaking and altering the 6 since 2013. Question is, should the 6 be sent out to pasture, or is it still enjoying its golden years? Let's find out. But before we do that, please take a moment to subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel and remember to tap the bell icon too. That way you'll catch all of our latest videos. We think there's no denying the Mazda 6 is a pretty car with its distinctive nose and flowing lines. And this is a Kuro Special Edition, which gets you LED running lights, grey paintwork and some black exterior detailing, including the wing mirrors and the wheels. I really like the wheels, but if they're not for you, don't worry, because Mazda are only making 100 of these Kuro Special Editions and the rest of them get silver alloys. You're probably not going to buy a family saloon car if you need a really big boot. That said, this 480 litres is quite usable and it's the same space that you get in a BMW 3 Series, but it does fall shy of the 581 litres you'll find in a Volkswagen Passat. And if you would like more space and more room, you can go for the estate version, but even that at 522 litres is not class leading and is still smaller than the Volkswagen Passats. At least the rear seats fold down so you can squeeze longer items in, and the fact that they fold with a 60-40 split is useful too. Well, it's really quite spacious in the back here, unless your front seat occupants get greedy with their legroom. I'm only 5'4.5", so I have got plenty of room. If you're 6 foot, however, you might find that this sloping roofline does eat a little bit into headroom, so you might feel a little bit compromised in that respect, but overall it is quite spacious. This smart looking dark red leather upholstery is part of the Kuro Special Edition package, but the standard sport cars get leather too, just not in red. If you stick with the entry level SEL, you'll have to cope with cloth seats. We mentioned earlier that the Mazda 6 was a kind of anti-fashion car, and that's true on the inside as well as the outside. There's no fancy LED strips of lighting, no big screens, and there's this simple rotary dial here to control the infotainment system, which is something that Mercedes and Audi used to do. We quite like this old-fashioned style, and we're also very pleased that Mazda has persevered with this rotary dial. Even the simple instrument cluster looks good, although top-spec GT sport cars come with a 7-inch TFT digital driver display. The 8-inch touchscreen is a bit small and not very high res, but it is easy to use, and all models get built-in sat-nav, plus Android Auto, and now, as of 2021, wireless Apple CarPlay. It is a bit fiddly to connect though, mind you. Equipment levels are generous even on SEL trim. You get front and rear parking sensors, adaptive cruise control and dual zone climate control. Upgrade to sport model and you get keyless entry, heated and electrically adjustable seats, as well as a reversing camera. GT sport models get a 360 camera, even more fancy stuff including ventilated seats and wood trim. Overall, the cabin ambience is elegantly understated, and that's not something you can say of many of this car's rivals, especially ones with premium badges. The leather upholstery helps, but even the basic SEL feels like a high-quality product. The centre console feels a bit flimsy, but elsewhere we really can't fault the 6's build quality. If you swapped that Mazda badge out for a Volvo or even a BMW one, it'd honestly be believable. It's a measure of how far the fortunes of diesel power has fallen, given that Mazda now no longer offers a diesel version of the 6. It's a shame because the 2.2 diesel unit was great. That said, you can still buy used examples if you check out the CarGurus UK website. You'll be able to find some on there. But Mazda makes up for a lack of diesel in the 6 with a choice of 3 excellent petrol engines. They're a bit oddball though. There's no turbocharger, which is really unusual these days, so you have to really rev them to make any progress. Mind you, when you do rev them, they make up for that lack of low down pulling power with some fizzy performance that makes this sensible saloon actually rather sporty. There's a 143 brake horsepower 2 litre and a brand new 192 brake horsepower 2.5 litre unit, but the sweet spot in this range is a 2 litre with 163 brake horsepower. It's not as quick as the 2.5, but it sounds better and is less expensive. The lower powered engine comes with either a manual or automatic gearbox. Meanwhile, the 2.5 comes with just an automatic, and this one comes with just a manual gearbox. One thing Mazda 6s have traditionally suffered from is a busy feeling ride. Well, Mazda reckons it's got this sorted with redesigned dampers. It seems to have worked too. Poor road surfaces still send a fair bit of vibration into the cabin, but we suspect that will disappear with the smaller wheels of lower spec SEL models. But even on these 19-inch alloys, the 6 is quiet and comfortable at motorway speeds and on smoother A roads. Mazda is probably most famous for the MX-5, one of the best driving sports cars around. And it's funny because that sportiness kind of rubs off on everything else that Mazda makes, including this car. A big family saloon car it may be, but it's almost got the soul of an eager roadster. It just wants to go and have fun on twisty country lanes, and so will you. Once you've stopped having fun and looked at the fuel gauge, you might be a tad alarmed. With fairly enthusiastic driving, we've averaged less than 32 miles per gallon. If you're a bit more gentle with the accelerator though, you should be able to get something closer to 40 miles per gallon. There's no doubt the Mazda 6 is a very fine car. It's aged very well indeed with Mazda's programme of gentle evolution. It's also solidly built and genuinely good fun to drive, and presents a viable alternative to cars such as the Volkswagen Passat and Skoda Superb, and even the bottom runs of the BMW 3 Series range. The only problem is it doesn't have an electric or hybrid option, and that makes it not really with the times, which is such a shame. But what do you reckon? Tell us what you think of the Mazda 6 in the comments below, and if you're considering buying a used example or indeed any car, head to cargurus.co.uk to find lots of great deals from top-rated dealers, including approved used examples.